Hey YouTube, Mark here. Today's another beautiful day and I want to get out on the trails. I really like using this online resource map to show you guys exactly where I'm going, so I might use this more often. Today we're going to go back up into that Cross Plains area. Last time I did this lollipop loop segment here, and it was an extension of the Table Bluff segment. So that's what I did last week. Now this week, this is the Indian Lake segment. We've already done that. But we are going to go up here and do the Springfield Hill segment. Listed as 1.6 miles. It's not very hilly. It should be a decent hike. So yeah, let's get up there and get going. Okay guys, another windy, cloudy day today. This is going to be the Springfield segment, 1.6 miles. I know like nothing about this trail because my 2014 guidebook does not have this trail on it. So all I know is the distance. That's all I really know about it. It looks like it's a fairly flat and level segment. It basically goes around this entire field. And there is a dispersed camping site, so we'll also check that out. I hope you guys can hear me fine because the wind is really blowing, probably close to 20 miles an hour or more. All right, let's get going. Okay, I got my All Trails app going to record my progress. In the parking lot, they do have a little bit of a kiosk informational center there, but it's very limited on what's there. There is hunting on this trail. Limited archery on the trail. Dogs are allowed, keep them on the leash, no motorized vehicles, you know, all that good stuff. So let's see what this trail has to offer. I still can't believe that there's still snow on the ground this time of year. Anyway, right up here on top of this edge, that's a road up there. And in fact, the parking lot back there, you just pass this road and then there's the parking lot. So it's right there on the corner. It's another trail where I'm really having to watch my footing because of all the snow and ice that's underneath. You know, I take a step or two and my foot slides out on me. Oh. Okay, so that's the type of trail this is going to be today. Okay. I have seen signs of deer. You know, I don't know how much talking I'm going to be able to do to the camera. I've really got to concentrate on my footing. This is slick shit. All right, I'm going to put you away for a bit. Looks like there's a nice little lake out here. I didn't know anything about that. Cool. Actually, now that I think about it, I think it was on the map. Oh well. It's all frozen over though. God, I still can't believe it's still frozen over. Man, I tell you, you're walking right on the edge of these hills, and the path is actually fairly well used to where the snow is completely packed down and turned to ice. I'm like having to take baby steps just to just to do this. Seriously, like maybe some ice bikes would have been a good idea for today. I don't know. I think I've almost fallen like 4 times now. Yeah, like that. I've been getting closer and closer to these stream gullies. And it looks like I got a boardwalk bridge right over here. There's also a cool little cabin over here too. Might have to stop in and check that out. So the road that we originally started next to looks like it turns into a driveway and comes down through here, but it looks like it just kind of goes into the fields and stuff. I mean, after this point, I really don't see anywhere where it really goes. All right, so there is kind of an unmarked, unofficial trail that seems to kind of come over here towards the cabin. So let's check it out. Yeah, that's pretty dilapidated. That whole side over there is caving in. Looks like there's a ladder there on the floor, so it went up to the upper part. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to go inside. So yeah, there's no official sign saying keep out or anything like that, but just by the condition that that thing's in, I'm not going in there. The siding was pretty cool though. It looked like pretty rustic logs and stuff, but it almost looked like it was being mortared with cement. All right, I found these little signs here. I'm actually kind of holding them so I don't get blown over. And this is the Frederick Hahn log cabin. Frederick Hahn was born in Germany. Married his first wife, who was also from Germany. They settled in the Madison area in 1851. Settled here in 1853 on 80 acres. According to this, they had 5 children, but only 2 of them survived through childhood. During the 1870 census, Hans was reported to have an asset of $1,500. He reported 120 bushels of wheat, 250 bushels of corn, 85 bushels of barley. He had 2 horses, 2 mules, 2 milk cows, 3 other heads of cattle, and 4 pigs, and he produced 100 pounds of butter. That's impressive. There's some more information here, but I won't bore you with that. It's basically how long he lived here, when he died, and all that stuff. However, that building wasn't their house. It was just one of his buildings. He was a carpenter by trade and still farmed. I think they said that he tilled like 40 acres out of the 80. That's a lot of work. You gotta remember, that's well before tractors and stuff like that. You're doing it with your horses and mules and cows and stuff, so. But he, I think there was like 35 he left wooded, and 5 acres he left unimproved. He did nothing with it. Wow, guys, check out how big those deer hooves are. I mean, just to give you a reference, now that's my thumb. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of deer prints. A lot of them. Okay, I think I've reached the far east side or the back side of the trail, and now I'm heading more in a northerly direction. And those clouds keep getting darker. I don't think we're supposed to get rain today. Ah, check it out. There's even a rest bench here. Whew. That's cool. Okay, I found the sign for the Dispersed Camping Area. There it goes. Looks like it goes up the hill a little bit. Let's go check it out. Oh, I tell you, walking up these hills and all the slush and ice is hard work. But as you can see by the sign, I've reached the Dispersed Camping Area. There's a couple of benches up here. The green box on the post up there, that's your registration to say that you were there and that you used the site. And then over here is a tent pad, because you're pretty much on a slope, so they actually made a nice level spot for your tent. Oh, that's cool. They gave you little side benches to put your stove on so you can cook. That's neat. Now, last I knew, dispersed camping was for single night use, but for hikers doing multiple nights. So you can't just walk out here, camp for the night, and then walk back out. That's kind of what I understood. However, on the dispersed camping sign that I just saw here, it said that it is for a one-night use only. Didn't say anything about having to do multiple days, you know, and multiple nights of hiking. So yeah, as far as I know, you can just walk in here, camp, and walk right back out. You think what I'm thinking? I think we need to do that sometime this spring or summer. That'd be neat. All right, let's get back down there. I'm not looking forward to going downhill now. It was a struggle just getting up here in all this slush and ice. Well, that was pretty cool. Came into this little area and I was just hearing these finches. I tried to get some video of them, but as soon as I start getting in on them, they fly away. This is a nice little area through here. I'm liking this part. I think because this side gets so much more sun than the hills on the other side, there's just very little snow over here. Check this out, guys. Someone's been doing some cutting up here and some burning. There's a fire here. There's another one over there. And I see another bench down there. Cool. I actually wonder if they're doing all this cutting so that this view here opens up a little bit more. because they're not doing cutting just up there, they're cutting a little bit on the slope going down as well. That's a pretty cool view. Hey, it's cloudy, overcast, windy, and cold, but it's a nice overview. Okay, so I think I'm on top of the tallest hill here. So I think now I'm going to start making my way down. I can actually see my truck from way up here. Okay, so we've been doing some switchbacks coming down off of this hill. It went all the way down that way, and then the path came back here, and now, of course, I've made another turn, and it's going down this way. So luckily I picked the right direction to go, because if I would have went to my left instead of my right when I left the parking lot, going up that would be a bear. Yeah, the way we went, it was a nice gradual slope up. Alright guys, I made it back over to the western side of the trail, so I'm really close to the parking lot. Now this trail has had water all over it. It's got you know, the lake over there in the field over in there, but there's actually flowing water over here. I don't know if it's just a ditch or a stream or what it is. Ouch. But yeah, at least there's flowing water. At least right now it's flowing. Maybe in the drier months it won't be there. But yeah, now all I gotta do is just head down this way across the field and I'll be at the truck. Oh, I tell you, it is cold and windy today. Holy cow. I'm curious, I need to look it up right now. Saying it's 35, 20 degree or 20 mile an hour winds. Looks like there is a storm system coming through, so I'm glad I got this done with. It'll probably be a couple more hours before it gets here, but I didn't realize we were supposed to have rain today. Oh. As I was coming across that last little bit of field, I looked up and here's a Dane County Sheriff's car in the parking lot, and the guy's actually walking around my truck. Well, he waited for me to get out here, and I went up to him and it's like, is everything all right? He said, oh yeah. He goes, I just saw the Uber Lyft stickers on the side, and you thought it was kind of weird that, you know, a driver would be sitting out here. He goes, I just didn't want to come out here and see someone, you know, sleeping or worse in a car, you know, maybe someone dead or something. So he says, oh, you're fine, you're fine. He's like, okay, cool. All right, guys, well, that actually took a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, just because the trail conditions are still horrible, especially on the eastern slope sides, because there's not much sunlight hitting them, but they're very icy and very snowy, very slushy, very slick. And there were a couple of times where I was going down a hill and I was wondering if I was going to be able to make it up the next one. But that cabin was pretty cool. I like that. Reading about Frederick Hans and his family and how they worked all this land. It's cool. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you on the road.